episode of ChefEwald.com, which is also Chef Ewald TV. I'm very excited to do this very first program, and I hope that you guys will learn quite a lot from me. And today what we're going to be doing is something very simple that we always buy in a packet because it's very easy and convenient, and I really want to show you guys out there how simple and easy it is to make a simple white sauce. We need some butter. Okay, you can also use simple margarine, no problem. We're going to need some flour. We're going to need milk. Here I would recommend using full cream milk. Okay, you can use low fat. That's up to you. And then we're going to use some nutmeg as well to flavor the nice bechamel sauce. Put the butter into the pot, and we just want to heat it up until we hear a nice sizzling sound. That sound, you can actually see it in the pan or in the pot happening. As soon as that happens, we're going to add our flour. We're going to stir vigorously until we form a roux, which is basically the flour that's been added to the butter, and we get a nice thick, almost dough consistent in the pot. You can hear that's almost coming to, and that's all we want. We don't want to get it hotter than this. So I'm going to take my flour and I'm going to add it in while stirring. Right, you can see here that there's not enough butter to make, or flour to make a nice thick dough, so we're going to add a little bit more flour in here, and that should be enough. Okay, not yet, a little bit more. Like I said previously, it's about equal amounts of butter and flour. So if you're going to use 50 grams of butter, you can use 50 grams of flour, and that should give you a nice consistent roux. That should be the last little bit. And you will also note that it is still on the heat. Okay, this aids us in cooking the flour a little bit before we start, but we don't want to brown our roux too much, okay, because otherwise that will tend to make our sauce go all burnt, and we don't want that, and we don't want to burn our roux because this is going to be the base of our sauce. And as I said previously, there's the roux, nice dough consistency, right, coming from the sides, and you know that is 100% ready. That's it. And now we're going to remove it from the heat, and we're going to basically add our milk to it. We're going to add the milk slowly. You can hear the pot is nice and hot. Okay, a little bit first, okay, because you can see there's quite a lot of big lumps in here, and as soon as you start whisking it, you will see that it will start getting thicker and thicker and thicker. And by adding the cold milk to it, you're actually cooling down the pan. Okay, and the traditional way is adding the milk and actually just leaving it on a moderate heat, so that while the butter heats up, it releases the flour into the sauce, which then makes the sauce thick. And obviously we want to cook out the flour, and we don't want any lumps in it. This method is a quick, easy way to do it, and it will take you about, on this amount, will take about between 10 to 15 minutes to cook out. Okay, and that's also another thing that people struggle with, is the raw flour taste in the sauce. Okay, if you can see, it's already becoming nice and smooth. Little few lumps, and one thing that I can just add here is to make sure that you don't use an aluminium pot, because of the whisking. The metal on the metal will actually create a reaction that will make your sauce go grey. So you don't want to whisk too much. And you can see this sauce is already starting to become nice and smooth and creamy. That is absolutely looking fantastic. Right, as you can see, the sauce is now nice, smooth, beautiful consistency, no lumps in here. Okay, and that's how easy it is actually to make the sauce. What you want to do now is actually keep an eye on it, because here it tends to get a little bit thicker than usual. So we're going to put a lid on it. We're going to keep it on a very moderate heat. Really not a high heat. You don't want this to boil rapidly. You can see the small bubbles actually just starting to just pop. That's a perfect heat to cook your sauce at. You don't want to keep it at a high boiling temperature. Your sauce is going to burn, and all the effort is going to be lost at the end. I still have my little bit of milk left on the side here, just to make sure that when this starts to get too thick for my liking, add a little bit of liquid, and you are actually 100%. And we're going to leave this for about 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to have a taste. And also, just before I finish up putting the lid on, I'm going to add a little bit of nutmeg, which is traditionally added to the sauce. It's a very beautiful spice that we're going to use. You can see I'm not adding too much, and why I'm adding it now is to actually cook out the nutmeg, and that flavor can actually melt in, infuse with the sauce, and that is how it's traditionally served. What is very important is to just have a look at your sauce and give it a stir every now and then, just so to make sure it doesn't burn at the bottom. And as this sauce is looking right now, still no lumps. Okay, this is the beauty of it. That's the little tricks of the trade that we know. Okay, and the sauce is absolutely going to be fantastic. Just a little bit around, you can see still smooth, no lumps, right? And if we know when it's done, you can actually see that it's covering the back of the spoon. Alright, I'm going to finish this off with a little bit of pepper. Now, a white sauce generally gets white pepper. I love black pepper, so I'm not really one to predict or say what you want to use in there. Okay, that is your own personal choice. Okay, and we're going to add some salt, obviously. This smells absolutely gorgeous. And what you can use this for in many different applications. You can use this for a soup. You can use this for a sauce on its own like this, for lasagna obviously. You can add some cheese in there, then it becomes a cheese sauce. You can add some pepper, it becomes a pepper sauce. So this is what we call one of the mother sauces, because you can actually do a lot of derivatives from there. It's really a simple sauce. It's easy to make, 10-15 minutes of your time. Beautiful sauce. It's not really that unhealthy. Maybe using the milk, but like I said earlier, if you want to use the low-fat milk, you are more than welcome to. And that is how simple it is to make a bechamel sauce. I hope you enjoyed the program, and I hope you learned something. I really enjoyed myself. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to make myself some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful lasagna. See you next week. Cheers.
I can hear her heartbeat for 1,000 miles.